5:22 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It's still the 26th of July 2023. The Weaver Gen C, Roseman, California. Not alive, not awake, and definitely the zombie I hear. Uh, anyway, doing videos to send over to a gentleman name of Artist in Recovery, Daryl. Okay, so we're talking about the camera situations. We're talking about a little bit of legality at this point over here. In the state of California, if you're going to be doing a recording, you definitely need to have it uh, displayed as saying and telling people that yes, you are recording at this point over here because people have privacy issues. They don't want themselves or their companies or anything else because it makes them uncomfortable as hell. If I'd seen the videos left and right on social media, the algorithms are still getting on my case on this one. It's just irritating that they keep following the patterns I've already set out a while ago about recording things happening left and right, what's going on right now. And we have to be presentable. We have to tell people and warn them that we have recorders going on all the time. Otherwise, we're going to get ourselves in hot water. You ever been sued? I'm trying not to be. When I'm outside, I'm recording myself. Besides doing it for therapy at this point over here, I find to get my thoughts out by doing a lot of audio recordings outside and also inside, just to get the stuff off my head because it's always going crazy at this point. You know, if I hadn't been caught up with a audio recording, shall I call it craze, phase, or new behavior, I don't know. But I had to do these things over a decade and a half ago. No, a longer time than that. A longer time than that. The cassette era. Remember those things? Full size cassettes. You shove them into your tape recorders. Portable uh, portable cassette recorders. Yeah, I listen to music on them, but I also do recording on them. When I actually had to burp my ass, and mostly I was listening to music. But even with those, I wasn't exactly using them all the time. Sometimes I'd write when I actually was actually able to write in cursive. I still know how to write in cursive. I just can't stand my handwriting. But I was actually able to communicate, and people didn't, have a problem with people writing things down. We always wrote things down. But now we got the audio recordings. We can actually dictate our stuff on these things. We get a smaller unit so we can have it in our hand, and we can just click on and just record audio. Yeah, I got the relics of those things here too. But since so used to our smartphones with the capabilities that they can do, hell, you can do yourself on the phone and do a selfie at the same time without walking into things left and right. I mean, I could walk. I could do this. Well, I'm talking about this and I'm talking about that, and here I am talking about that. And if I'm staring at the screen long enough, what happens? And not paying attention. And then, what? I hate that damn pole. It's one thing is I can walk around town and people think I'm talking to myself. But these days, we're all doing that. Because we got earbuds sticking in our heads. And I would let people know if I'm actually am recording. Why? These things are so blatantly obvious, aren't they? That's why I got them. I mean, yeah, they're nice to be they're used inside and outside, and it shows people that you don't know if I'm actually recording or not. And some of these Karen videos I've been seeing that the algorithms really got me locked into. I've seen some of these people are like, "Don't do that! Don't get near me! Don't get near me! Don't get near me! Get that damn thing off my face! Don't you get near me!" Without the usage of cameras of any sort, you know how many fisticuffs we'd be getting ourselves into, or had gotten ourselves into? I stay away from trouble like that. I always have. I didn't provoke the trouble. I just stayed the hell away from it. Had to be sneaky. Had to be sneaky. And I had to be observant about a lot of things. It just, I mean, observing, I just mean I wouldn't be remembering half the shit in the first place for immediate recall, that's for sure. But the situations we're dealing with right now these days, we are subject to our own mania and our own devices. Cameras aren't a thing to be dealing with. They're the public enemy and they are the public servant at the same time. It's a hell of a thing for me to talk about things like this because usually on my channel I'll be talking about grieving, I talk about mourning, I talk about emotional situations that would be happening with me. And then when my head's clear enough and rattling off like crazy and I happen to see a topic, oh my God, he's got mental health illnesses right now. He's talking about it nonstop. Shut up. I kind of laugh at that kind of crap. I have to. Because it's funny for me. It's funny to me. Because I talk about this stuff a great deal. And I try to keep the language as best as I can down to a minimum. Unless I'm really going to be doing a log report and you've seen some of those things, probably, hopefully, where my language is really, really off. And I'm having a real conniption fit with something over here, and I'm pissed off about this and pissed off about that. I get into politics, and it really gets me that way. I get the zeros and ones with the programming algorithm, I'll get that way. I get to someone else's behavior, and it gets to me that way. Sometimes I can keep my language pretty clean, and other times I'm worse than an old-fashioned salty sailor from long ago who just couldn't keep his mouth shut with anybody except his own mates. But then again, they even had standards about keeping their language clean. You had to hear my mother when she was, oh my God. I, but certain behaviors I still have to keep cleaned up anyway, so that's how things go. As for things happening right now, as it is, we're still falling off the earth. We're still baking and cooking left and right. You think you're hot right now? Dude, wait until you get the triples going. Or if you already got through your triples already and you already know how screwed up we are and how cooked we are. I'm going through one of the phone apps right now. Local news. Traffic jams, traffic accidents. Trying to find people who are missing right now. Sheriff's being arrested. Sheriff's going through arrests. I'll look at the same damn stuff that's happening here. And the other things that get me more concerned about is when I start seeing evidence is fire. You've been breathing it in. I know you have. Come on. You've seen your orange skies out there. Scares the hell out of you, doesn't it? You're breathing in someone else's smoke. Well, try living through that damn crap, my friend. Southern California resident here. I've seen my fair share in my lifetime. I never like it. A small acreage can turn into a huge fire if not contained fast enough and properly enough, where all hell breaks loose. And then, you don't talk about the national stuff, but we do talk about Tony Aldean and his song. He's still defiant about it. Man, there's been two or three major news organizations out there, plus the progressives, are tearing this guy apart because of that song. Anything else and everything else doesn't matter as much. But we'd never seen anything concerning about this guy's music, I swear. I mean, yeah, the song was great in itself. If he was talking about small towns without the visualization on it, we wouldn't know about it. Except if we happen to listen to it very carefully and then try to pick on a damn thing. If you go to a small town, we know how to deal with you. Yeah, remember Valdeldi, you schmuck. He had to travel out of state just to get the perfect area, understanding the area had to be racially divisive at this point over here. And then he starts talking about small town. And then he brags about the damn thing in his concert series. Yeah, I saw those video clips too that you're sent out there. And also some of the other progressive media guys out there are also watching it as well and recording on it. Oh, they love fodder like this. They love it too. And then some of the other bigger media giants like CNN and MSNBC will talk about it too. But to put it on the damn back burner as much, unless of course they're really talking about the racial aspect of it, and then put it up front or in the middle of the news cycles. Something about Russia and Ukraine is still trying to get the top dog at this point over here until you talk about politics, where you're talking about certain orange gas bag and his followers. Hell of a world we're living in, my friend. Anyway, I'm getting petered out this morning here. It's not getting bored, it's getting overwhelmed. With all the information, with all the negative shit out there talking about human behavior going absolutely stark raving mad and not gathering any more intelligence these days or sanity, it gets to you. I said before also about the algorithms left and right. Try the grieving platforms. Yeah, try that one there, Daryl. When I was hurting like crazy, I mean, I'm talking about really hurting like crazy, and I was getting the emotional roller coaster left and right on this one. I had to find different outlets, different community pages out there that dealt with the same topic. And unfortunately, the algorithms have got it so locked. And so is my preferences, unfortunately, which I still have to change. That the grieving has become more and more of a priority left and right instead of the Karen situation. And then again, I had to keep uh, moving away from the grieving because how much of a depression that also creates. Sometimes you just have to stay away from certain things off of social media just to get yourself focused. Unfortunately, when you're dependent upon social media for everything else, streaming services for the movies or news organizations, you're still trying to suck up any logic out of them. Anything else that makes sense from these guys, especially when they're doing commentary left and right. Well, this is bad, and these people are bad, and you're going to listen to me over here because I'm doing this thing and doing that thing. And if you don't listen to me, we're going to be listening to this thing 24/7, so you will listen to me. George Orwell, we're here already. You don't have to keep selling me the constant Kool-Aid on this one. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not done with you yet. This is still 1984. What do you think you're doing? Brother Eye is watching you. We're watching you. Do you not understand? I just like dealing with that on a constant basis, on a constant threat. Do one thing wrong and you're screwed. You were thinking we're the thought police. We heard about those weird ass thoughts going through your head. I laughed about this damn thing back in the 80s and 90s. I didn't think that damn thing was a joke. I've heard people complaining about it all the time about the damn cameras and about the aliens or God knows what else going on. Oh, yeah, the very lovely old one. The UN's coming with choppers. Didn't you know that? The black choppers are coming. They're taking over our towns, our cities, our people, our population. They will brainwash us. We must, we must, we must. And here comes the conspiracy theories left and right. I heard people talking about this on buses. I'm like, shit, one ear out the other ear. I had this one old biddy. I was doing a shopping trip for my brother. I was getting him an electronic battleship for Christmas. And this one old biddy is trying to talk to me about secrets and stuff like that. And she's just having a ball with this stuff. She's trying to bubble out. Last thing I remember hearing from her, she said, "Learn all the secrets you can." I'm listening to this stuff. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I didn't pay attention to all the damn stuff she was coming out of her mouth concerning about conspiracy theories. I really didn't. I really didn't. I really didn't want to deal with the damn shit. I had enough problems with trying to keep a paycheck going, trying to keep a job going, trying to keep the bills going, keep the food. It's just not for me, but for my family, for Ma and Dave. That was it, and a few dogs. This was back in the '90s, I think, or '80s or '90s. I don't know. I was living in San Fernando Valley at the time. It may not mean too much to you, but Google map it again. San Fernando Valley, California. It's a bowl, but you have people squished in different neighborhoods and in different apartments. They're all squished back then and even now. So you kind of run into these kind of people. They're talking about this, they're talking about that, and how the hell you're supposed to learn about this kind of crap? You go, there are books, there are things out there you're supposed to. Yeah. Until we got the social media kicked in. And now it's out there in the web somewhere. And the dark web, don't you understand? It's the alt net. It's the alt whatever the hell it is. It's alternative. You have to learn about it. You really do. Give me a fucking break. Give me a freaking break on that one, damn it. I'll get back at you on this one. I'm petering out. I got up way too damn early in the morning, and I wanted to get things off the chest, so the reason why I do the videos. I'll post them later. Uh, they'll be labeled as letters to you or addressed to you, the artist in recovery, so hopefully you can locate those things. Later.